What's going on, everyone? It's Sal Chatterbox. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. I hope you're all doing well. And this is the Manchester United versus Fenerbahce match preview live, guys. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed already, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you could be as kind to do that for me, that'd be brilliant, guys. Welcome to the match preview between Fenerbahce and Manchester United, which promises to be a very exciting encounter. Of course, we've got encounters all over the pitch. We've got obviously Fred and Amrabat. We've got Jose Mourinho effect, of course. Saint Maxime was a great player at Newcastle United. So we got a lot of things going on in this obviously game, of course. So I'm really looking forward to the game. I'm really excited about the game. I don't know how you feel, guys. Really positive about the game. I feel like we could do something in this game. I think we can win this game. Now, Jose Mourinho has had his press conference already. I'm just going to give you some quotes in regards to the Jose Mourinho press conference. Some very, very controversial quotes it was. He said, as you know, we won the Europa. He's talking about when he managed Manchester United. He said, as you know, we won the Europa League and we finished second in the Premier League. He said, I think we would still have a chance to win the league, because if they punish Manchester City with points, maybe we will win the league and then they have to pay me the bonus and give me a medal. That is Jose Mourinho's, obviously the manager of Fenerbahce now in Istanbul, of course, guys. Jose Mourinho talking about Manchester City, if they are charged with the 115 charges, that, you know what, he wants his medal and he wants his bonus money. Of course, guys, he's not missing a trick, guys. He's definitely not missing a trick. Big up Jose Mourinho. He is hilarious sometimes, isn't he? Big up Darko. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream, my guy. Hope everything is fine with you. Man UFC, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Call me crazy. I think we can deal with the Fenerbahce and get the win. Me too. I mean, we must all be crazy, MUFC, because I think the same as well. I think Man United are going to win as well. I think we're going to win pretty comfortably as well. I know some people are looking at this game and thinking, oh, you know what? It's a bad atmosphere. We've got the atmosphere there. I mean, you know what? Mostly it's the Ten Hag outers who are trying to justify their opinion by saying that we're going to lose the game. I mean, it's not that they think we're going to lose the game. It's just that they want us to lose the game, so to speak, in a really weird, sadistic way, of course, guys. Absolutely. Guys, but I do think we're going to win this game. I think it's going to be a good game. But those comments from Jose Mourinho absolutely made me laugh, because you know what? He doesn't age, does he? At the end of the day, he's full of controversy. He's always been full of controversy, and it makes me laugh, to be honest, guys. It did make me laugh. And he's got a point, to be honest. If Man City are charged with the 115 charges, does he get a medal? Will he get his bonus? You know, will all those players get their bonus? There's players who've left the club who will be entitled to a bonus as well. You know, so it might cost a lot of money, of course, guys, to Manchester United. If we're being totally honest with you, it might cost a lot of money if we're being honest, guys. So yeah, definitely hilarious from Jose Mourinho. Now let's get into the match preview, of course, guys. I'm going to go through it real quick, and this is the team that I feel that Erik ten Hag will pick for this encounter, guys. If I'm being honest with you, let me know what you think about the lineup. This is the team that I feel Erik ten Hag will pick for this encounter, guys. So basically, I do believe it will be the same as what played against Brentford at the weekend, although I think Rashford will play on the right, Garnacho on the left. As we saw during the game at the weekend, Garnacho did drift out to the left and Rashford stayed on the right. And I did like that, because Rashford was using his natural foot to cross the ball in. And, you know, we haven't seen that for a while. So I really like that in regards to what Rashford did. I really did like that. I think it should be a double pivot in regards to Ugarte and Casemiro. I think it will be Ugarte and Casemiro, moving Eriksen into that number 10 position. I would like to see Xerxes in that number 10 position, but it's highly unlikely that Xerxes will play in regards to that, because obviously he hasn't performed to the best of his ability, obviously, guys, if we're being totally honest. But you know what? We'll have to wait and see what happens during this game, of course, guys. And you know what? I would like to see Xerxes number 10, but I think he's going to play experience in Eriksen with Ugarte, Casemiro in that midfield. So I like the look of that. I do like the look of that. Dalot, I think, will drift back into the left-back position, moving Martinez into the left centre-back position, De Ligt as a right centre-back, and Mazraoui as a right-back, of course, guys. So, you know what? I'm not a big fan of Dalot on the left. Everyone knows that. I've been pretty well documented the fact that I don't like Dalot on the left. But you know what? I think that team is capable of winning the game against Fenerbahce. Onana has to be on form, of course. You know, remember last season when we played Galatasaray, he had a dreadful game, a nightmare game, cost us dearly in that game. We should have won that game, to be honest. Ended 3-3, of course. And let's not forget, Turkey's a hostile atmosphere. We haven't had the best record in Turkey over the years, of course, guys. A mixed record, I should say. We've won some, we've lost some. You know, at home, we're generally okay. But Fenerbahce have posed a couple of threats for us over the years. I mean, I remember at Old Trafford, we lost 1-0 courtesy of a Yilmaz deflected strike. We looped into the top corner over Schmeichel. I remember that game, of course, guys. And there's a number of games, obviously, the Wayne Rooney hat-trick on his debut, of course, guys. And when we beat Fenerbahce 7-2, I mean, what a game that was. Kazi, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. -5. What is -5, Kazi? What is -5? You said that twice now today. I want to know. We miss you, Jim Watkins. Darko. he needs to come back. Sal, why are you not Xerxes ahead of Ericsson? Why are you not Xerxes? Because I don't think this is the team that I think that Erik ten Hag will pick, Darko. I think he will pick that team. I do believe that. I think Xerxes putting into this position in a very pressured atmosphere in Turkey will be a bit too much for him. I would, Darko. I would risk it with Xerxes. I would definitely risk it with Xerxes. But at the end of the day, I think that Erik ten Hag will pick this team. This is the predicted lineup that I think Erik ten Hag will pick. Not my lineup necessarily. It is the lineup that I think that Erik ten Hag will pick. And I think that is probably, barring Ericsson, of course, with Xerxes, probably the strongest lineup that we can go to at the moment. I don't know what your thoughts about that are. Absolutely. Big up, Joe August. Big up, bro. Big up, everyone, of course, in the chat. Big up, Sal. I fear thrashing, to be honest. I don't fear anything, mate. I don't fear anything. I don't fear no thrashing. I think we'll win the game, Darko. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong tomorrow, but I do think we'll win the game, guys. Absolutely. I feel like we win the game. Yeah, that is what it's all about, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. So that is the lineup that I feel we will pick, and that is what the lineup I feel it will be, you know. But I do feel like the Martinez thing, I liked Martinez as a left back, but I do think he's going to play the Dalot on the left back position with Martinez and De Ligt, which looks like a strong team, of course, guys. So if we go into Fenerbahce, of course, guys, I'm going to look at some of their players, of course, guys. Firstly, the Fenerbahce lineups go like this, of course, guys. The lineup for Fenerbahce, of course, this is the squad that Fenerbahce have. The yellow is the Fenerbahce players that play regularly, which obviously Livakovic in goal, Jiku and Koyla, is it Koyla? Kagla in defense alongside Jaden as a left back, Osei as a right back, Tadic. Obviously, we know Tadic from his time at Southampton, from the likes of Southampton, from the likes of Ajax as well. We know him from there, you know. So, you know what? Very, very good player as well. When he suits Fenerbahce, so to speak. He is a Fenerbahce type player, of course. Amrabat in that middle, of course, guys, with Fred. We know Amrabat and Fred. It's going to be incredibly weird to see Amrabat and Fred playing against each other, playing against Manchester United, isn't it? It's too soon. It's too soon. I mean, Amrabat had obviously a man of the match performance in the FA Cup final against Manchester City, of course. And obviously, Fred, he's a folklore guy. Mick Fred, half of the Mick Fred partnership, guys, of course. Fred and Amrabat will be looking to prove something. Maximum, obviously, a very quick player, played for Newcastle United, highly rated, highly underrated, in my opinion. Very good player. And our right back, obviously, Mazrui is going to have to be on his toes in this game because Maxi is going to be running at him non-stop, of course. And when you look at their forward line, they've got obviously as Nesri, of course, guys. I believe he's from Morocco, I think he is. Xhaka and Cenk. So Tosin Cenk played for obviously Everton, if we remember Cenk from the Everton days. And of course, we all remember Dzeko for Manchester City when he obviously scored the goal when they won the league against us in 2012, guys. So Dzeko is a Manchester City ex-player, of course. So it adds a little bit of spice into this game. But you know what? They have got quite a strong squad. They have got some good individual players. People were saying over in Turkey that they are a team full of individuals, but not as a team. Jose Mourinho hasn't mastered their togetherness yet, obviously. And they are fourth in the league at the moment behind Samsunspor, Besiktas, and Galatasaray, guys. So you know what? It's going to be a tough game, but I firmly believe that we can win this game. I believe that it is ours to lose, to be honest with you guys. And I believe that if we play to our abilities, we can win this game, especially if we play that double pivot, of course, guys. So if we go into the actual results, the key players, shall I say the key players for Fenerbahce, we go like this. Obviously, Eden Dzeko, obviously legend, of course, in regards to Manchester City, won the first league title for Manchester City in the Premier League, of course. But forward, 38 years old now, nearly 40 years old, guys. So you know what, he's going to be slow, but you know what, and as a physical threat, we have to be careful about Eden Dzeko, of course, guys. He's going to be a good player, and you know what, we have to be on our toes. I know he's 38, he's nearly 40, literally 40 years old. Eden Dzeko is still playing at the highest level, of course. Sofyan Amrabat, got a soft spot for Sofyan Amrabat, of course. Manchester United folklore, of course, last season with the FA Cup final performance was absolutely incredible in that game. And you know what? I will never forget that. I still feel to this day that we should have signed Sofyan Amrabat. It would have been a good signing for us, especially with the midfield position in light, in my opinion. It would have been great to sign him, and having him and Ugarte in that midfield would have been okay. I think it would have been done all right, to be honest with you. Absolutely. Fred, absolutely. Fred, a legend, of course, at Man United in different ways. I don't think he's a legend in regards to success, but you know what? Played at a time when Manchester United were not at their best, was playing under, obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jose Mourinho, etc. So, you know what? It wasn't easy for Fred, you know. So I've got a lot of time for Fred. I think Fred is a very, very good professional, you know, never complained, never moaned, got on with it. You know, whether he was on the bench or not, he always gave his best. And you know what? I always have good respect for Fred, of course, guys. 31 years old now, so he's getting on the in his twilight years in regards to football, of course, but always will be remembered for Manchester United, of course, or forever, of course, a day. And then there's Alan Saint-Maximin, of course, played for Newcastle United. You know, very, very good player in regards to his pace, his power. We're going to have to be on our toes in regards to this. This is the player that I fear the most in regards to the Fenerbahce team. If I was going to fear anyone, I don't fear anyone, but it's one that we have to keep an eye on in regards to Saint-Maximin. He's a good player. Of course, left winger, very quick. And we have to be careful because he can cut in as well. He can score goals. And you know what? A lot of these players are going to be wanting to prove a point against Man United. Everyone seems to want to prove a point against Man United at the end of the day. So we're going to have to be ready for that, guys. When we go on to the left-back position, this is a left-back that I admire, Jadon Osterwolde, a very good left-back, only 23 years old. I'm a big fan of his. We need a left-back, you know what, quite a cheap left-back as well, 15 million euros, of course, guys. Very good player, underrated player. Hasn't quite settled in at Fenerbahce as much as he would have liked. Fenerbahce not as good as they feel they should be doing. Of course, only a couple of weeks ago they lost to Galatasaray, guys. So you know what, he's another one there, of course, guys. And then we got Dusan Tadic, of course, Southampton ex-player, and also he's played for Ajax, of course. Good player, professional, 35 years old now though as well. So you know what, you look at their team and they've got a lot of experience in that team, and that is what we're going to have to look at if we're being totally honest. Is the experience in that team is going to be strong. And you know what, we've got a young team, so you know what, we're going to have to use our strengths in regards to utilizing the pace of our team to try and get the better of Galatasaray, of course, guys, absolutely. And then there's Cenk Tosin, of course, signed for a very big fee for Everton only a few years ago. Was very disappointed when he signed for Everton. Again, 33 years old, getting on quite a bit, you know, into his twilight years of football as well. You know, good player, in my opinion. Good player, highly underrated. Can cause problems on his day. Didn't set the world alight at Everton, of course, guys. I don't believe it. Who does set the world alight at Everton at the end of the day? Everton is a difficult club to play for, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. And then if we look at Fenerbahce, of course, guys, Fenerbahce, you know what? I think they're the second most successful team in Turkey. And at the end of the day, you know what? We're going to have to be on our toes to beat them, you know. And I feel like we will win the game tomorrow. And as I predicted in the lineup, I do believe that it will be 2-0, 2-1 to Manchester United against Fenerbahce. If you look at the score, Fenerbahce 1, United 2, I'm going for. I really think we'll win the game. I'm confident we're going to win the game, guys, if I'm being honest. If we go to Fenerbahce's last 5 results, guys. So if we look at this, right, it is a kind of kamikaze sort of results. If you look at it, they lost to their great rivals Galatasaray 3-1 only last month, of course, guys. So you know what, bad result for them. Drew with Union, 1-2-1 against Union, 1-2-1 against Union SG, just about. 1 against Antalyaspor, of course, 2-1, 2-0. of course, and they drew with FC20 as well. So they drew with FC20. So FC20 is another one, which we drew as well. We drew against them as well. So we can't really banter them in regards to FC20 because we drew that game as well. Samsunspor, who are third in the league, I believe, they drew 2-2 with Samsunspor and Fenerbahce. Of course, that was a tricky game for them. Of course, the games that they have played have been quite difficult. They have had a couple of tricky fixtures there. Two rivals, obviously, fighting at the top of the table in regards to Samsunspor and Galatasaray, who are their main rivals, of course, guys. So you know what? We'll have to be on our toes, but I do believe that Manchester United have what it takes to beat them. They're not the worst in the world, but they're not the best in the world either, if we're being totally honest with you guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me just go from here. Sal, I feel no, absolutely not. Sal, it's the Istanbul atmosphere which scares me the most. And this is where it comes to, Darko. It comes to mentality. This is where the mentality comes in. Man United have to be used to this type of atmosphere. If we're going to be successful in the future, we're going to have to combat these types of atmosphere. Let's not forget we played in the likes of the Nou Camp and Istanbul Galatasaray last season. So you know what? We should be used to that type of atmosphere. The Premier League atmosphere is sometimes really hot, but obviously the Istanbul crowd are a different level. And this is the type of game that you get experiencing. You experience this type of atmosphere, and it strengthens you mentally. And I think that if they approach the game the right way, ready and totally black out the atmosphere, they will be all right. They will be all right. I think we'll be all right. And if we get the first 20 minutes and we quieten the crowd down, maybe we get an early goal and we quieten the crowd down completely. That is going to be good. We cannot give them an inch. We cannot let them have any footway in regards to this game. Absolutely not. At the end of the day. And even when we go 1-0 up, we got a habit of conceding when we go ahead. When we go 1-0, when we go 2-0, we've got a habit of letting teams back in the game. This is something that we have to combat. The individual errors we have to get out of our game. And Fenerbahce will capitalize on those areas if we carry on doing those areas. Asafa, how you doing, Sal? Big up, Asafa. I'm very well, thank you. How you doing, Asafa? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Rasta Stocks. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope everything is good with you. Hope you're not working too hard, bro. Hope everything is good. Asafa, do you think Erik ten Hag will play Dalot on the right? Because last game against Brentford had multiple patterns, which has resulted from Rashi and Dalot. Absolutely. And this is what I've been touching on a lot over the last couple of weeks, is the left-footed left back, of course. I do like the fact that Martinez was a left-footed left back on the left back, of course, and Evans as the centre-back. I do believe, though, that Erik ten Hag will save Johnny Evans for the weekend game against West Ham. I don't think he'll play him in this game. I don't think he'll play him 3 times in a week. I don't think it is good for Evans. I think he will play Dalot as a left back, and he'll play Mazraoui as a right back, with Leacher as the left side centre back, and De Ligt as the right sided centre back. And you know what? I hope it does well for us. I haven't been impressed with Dalot on that left-hand side, if I'm being totally honest with you. And I do think it unsettles the defence as a whole, in my opinion. But you know what? I just hope it goes well tomorrow and we win the game, no matter who plays, of course. Rasta off today. Good one, mate. Get loads of rest, my friend. Get loads of rest. That's what it's all about. It's all about the rest, my friend. It's all about the rest when you can, of course, when you can. Absolutely, absolutely. So that's basically it with the team. At the end of the day, if I'm being honest, I feel like Man United will have a difficult game tomorrow, and we have to expect a very difficult game tomorrow. But I also feel that we shouldn't be defeatist, and we should predict that we're going to win this game. Absolutely, we're going to win this game. I feel like we will, and I feel like it will be we will move us up that Europa League table, if so to speak, if we're being honest. So if we look at this, absolutely, if we look at this table, for example, right? We look at the table here. If those who can see it, basically, it's a big table. There's 32 teams in this table at the moment. We are literally 21st in this table, guys. So basically, the top 8 go through to the next round, and then the other 8 go through into a playoff round. So the other 8 go into a playoff round. So Manchester United are in line to be in that 8, to be honest with you. So basically, it's the top 8 go through, and then obviously I think it's down to 24th. Actually, it's down to the 24th place that go into a playoff, and that means that they're going to be playing more games during the. I think they're going to be playing it at the beginning of the year. They're going to be playing more games, and you know what? It's what Manchester United don't want is more games. Of course, the squad is wearing thin, and if we get any more injuries, you know what? We don't want that, do we? If Manchester United win the game tomorrow, they can move right up that league into the top 4 or the top, the top 6. The top 6 if Man United win this game. dependent on other results, of course, but you know what? We can only look after ourselves. The most important thing is not to come bottom of this group. There are 36 teams in this group. It's very important that we don't become bottom of this group. You know, we don't want to do that, and we'd be knocked out, of course, guys. So if we don't get in the top 24 of this table, you know what are we doing here at the end of the day? What are we doing here? I do believe we'll win tomorrow, and I believe we'll win the game after that. And you know what? We'll go on a run. We will go on a run. And you know what? There are easier games to come as well. I feel like in this competition, Tottenham Hotspur are the biggest threat to us, regardless. I think they are obviously, if we end up playing Tottenham Hotspur in the later rounds, it's going to be difficult for us, you know, because Tottenham obviously proved at Old Trafford this season that they are good. They're made of sterner stuff, of course, guys. So you know what? Tottenham Hotspur will be a difficult game. That is the only team I fear. We should be really looking to win this tournament, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. I firmly believe that we will win the tournament. I believe we can win the tournament, and I believe we go on from there if we can. We have to be positive at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. We have to be positive at the end of the day, of course, guys. So that is the basically that in a nutshell, of course. Rasta, did you watch the Champions League game yesterday? I watched the Madrid game. The Madrid game, yeah, I watched it. I felt that Dortmund folded a little bit. I felt like when they went 2-0 up, I kind of predicted what was going to happen because, you know what, it was a dangerous lead for them. You know, Dortmund are not the best team in the world. I know that, you know, and but Real Madrid are full of quality. And don't be surprised if they get to the final again this year, of course, guys. They might get to the final again if possible. They might. I mean, I only see Manchester City who can challenge them. I only see Man City as the only team who can challenge them, guys. If we score first, then we have a better chance of winning. Absolutely. But you know what? The mentality of our football team at the moment is that we do score goals first and we do down tool a little bit. Well, it looks like we're down tooling, but maybe it's a mental thing. You know what they say? The famous saying that you're most weak is when you score the goal. We're definitely weak when we score a goal. Whenever we score a goal, we seem to let something go. Something goes loose. And it's like, you know what? We let the team back into the game straight away. Literally straight away. So when we score a goal, we got to be ready to be tight, compact for a few minutes after that, just to settle down. Of course, it's great when you score a goal, and I think we'll score a couple tomorrow. It's just about our mentality to keep that lead and not let Fenerbahce back into the game. Just like the Galatasaray game last season, when we seemed to get a foothold. Every time we got a foothold in the game, Galatasaray got back into the game, whether it was a mistake or whether it was a great piece of play from them. Gray, how you doing, my friend? 39, what you buying 4 likes, and I'll come on and hit the like button, subscribe buttons. It takes 2 seconds and doesn't go. Thank you so much, Gray. You legend. You know what? You're the biggest legend, Gray. Thank you so much, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. Please don't forget to smash the like. It's very important for the algorithms, etc. So don't forget to smash a like on the video, please. Great, a 2-0 win for us, just like it was way back in 1996, wasn't it? When Eric Cantona scored the goal away to Fenerbahce. Those of a certain age remember that, of course, guys, when we won that game in the 90s, way back in the 90s. Who remembers that? And Cantona scored that goal. That was a great goal, great game. We won 2-0. I think Man United, I would take that all day long, Grayo. I would take that result all day long, absolutely. And I believe that we can. If we can, we believe we can. If you think it, you can achieve it, guys. Absolutely. I hope Spurs get knocked out of the Europa League. Rasta, yeah, I do as well. I doubt they're going to get knocked out at the moment. They've won their opening 2 games. I doubt they're going to get knocked out, to be honest with you. I think, you know what, you have to be very, very rubbish to get knocked out of this Europa League at this stage, because the 24 teams go through, don't they? Well, 8 teams, and then you've got a playoff with the other, how many teams is it? 8 is 16, another 8. Yeah, another 16 teams, of course, guys. So, you know what? It'd be pretty hard. You know, you have to be really rubbish to get knocked out of this tournament. I do feel that Man United will come up against Tottenham Hotspur, and if they're going to win this tournament, they're going to have to beat Tottenham Hotspur. I do hope down the line that they do get knocked out. I hope that when they get into the next round and they play much more better teams, they do get knocked out of that round, and they get knocked out of the Europa League. It'll make it a lot easier for us. But let's not forget, you know, whenever we felt that we're going to win the Europa League, we always could become unstuck. I remember against Sevilla, we became unstuck all those years ago, you know, last year, of course, and we should have won that Europa League title as well, you know, but it's all about up here. We had the mistake, of course, with David De Gea and Harry Maguire all over the place, of course, guys, you know, and goodness me, hopefully we win it this time. Can you win? I miss winning. Can you? I hope we can win. I really do. I mean, I think we can win. I think if we, after this Brentford game, it's given me a new lease of life in regards to confidence. I'm really confident about the team tomorrow. I'm really happy with the place we are in. I feel like the new players are coming in. I do still think that we're weak on the left-hand side, and don't be surprised with Judon Tadic that Fenerbahce will attack that right-hand side. I think they will because of Dalot, and they've looked at other teams, including Porto, and seen that we can be weak on that right-hand side. I do believe that we have to be solid tomorrow, but I think we will win the game. I think on our counter-attacking prowess with Garnacho on form and Rashford, if Rashford can get that ball into Rasmus, let's not forget how important Rasmus Højlund is to the team. Rasmus Højlund has been he held up the ball very well, bringing players into the team on Saturday brilliantly well. It showed how important he is to this team. It's so important to have a proper number 9 up front who can hold up the ball and bring players into the team. I feel like he's a key player tomorrow, Rasmus Højlund, and don't be surprised if he nicks a goal tomorrow. I think he can, absolutely. Rasta, we only have one European trophy in a long time, absolutely, which is one more than Arsenal, though, Rasta, at the end of the day, and we're level with Manchester City as well. We won the Europa League, of course, in 2017, which was a fantastic moment. Of course, the night before, we had the tragedy of what happened in Manchester, of course, guys, so it was a very, very emotional night. And when we won that Europa League, I did really feel that we were going to go on a run and we're going to do something big, but we never really did that under Jose Mourinho. It sort of faded away. Those egos got in the way, of course, guys. And after that Europa League win, I do feel that we should have spent money. We should have improved the squad. We should have improved the team. And we should have went on from there, to be honest with you guys. And we didn't quite go on from there. I was really excited when we won that Europa League. I was incredibly excited because you know what? It's a Europe trophy. There's nothing beats winning a European trophy. Nothing. Whether it's the Europa League, Champions League, of course, Champions League is the biggest. But when you win the Europa League, you get that feeling, that elite feeling of winning the Europa League, And if we win it again, we should have won it a few times. We should have won the Europa League a few times. But you know what? We lost the final, of course. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lost the final against, obviously, Villarreal, of course, guys. So at the end of the day, you know what? We should have won that. We should have won that on penalties. How many penalties? You know what? We couldn't even save one penalty. We couldn't even save one penalty. David De Gea did save one penalty. He saved more penalties for his Fiorentina than he has saved in his whole Manchester United career, of course. Feel like we'll destroy Fenerbahce. They have been shit all season. I agree, Sci-Fi. We have to be confident like that. We have to be confident. We have to believe that we can win this game. But one thing's for certain, there's a lot of stipulations in this game that are going to give Fenerbahce extra motivation. For example, Amrabat, for example, Fred, for example, the manager, Jose Mourinho. There's going to be a lot of no love lost, basically, in regards to this game. And Jose Mourinho will not want to lose this game. I really hope that Erik ten Hag is ruthless in this game. I hope he ignores the media hype around the game, and I hope he goes out there and Manchester United go out there and actually sweep the floor with Fenerbahce, because that is what we should do. Big up Mission Advance. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, Sal. My club Arsenal is so bad. Mission Advance, you lost one game, my friend. You lost one game and they're already bad. Listen, how do we feel, Mission Advance? How do we feel? It was a game that Arsenal should have won. I would say that, Mission Advance, even when you went down to 10 men. Bournemouth are not great, but one thing I did like about the way Bournemouth played is that they got the ball on the wing. They kept crossing that ball into the box, and it caused Arsenal a lot of problems. You know what? These games happen, Mission Advance. These games happen, and the biggest problem for Arsenal right now is that they have Saka, Odegaard, and Saliba out against Liverpool. That is going to be a tough game for them. Of course, you're playing at home, so it's going to be a lot better than playing away at Anfield. If I'm being honest, it's a big factor. But you know what? A difficult game against Liverpool, you would have liked to have your full team. And Arsenal do need to pick up the points. Of course, if you draw that game or lose that game, you know what? Teams like Man United are waiting in the lurks. They're waiting in the corridors, of course, in the shadows, as you say. They're waiting in the shadows to pounce if anything goes wrong with any of those other teams. Kate, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is good with you, my friend. Good to see you here. Thank you so much. Standards on the floor should never be in the Europa League. Sack Ten Hag, Ole in. Kato. No. We've been through the Ole thing, my friend. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as much as I love him as a player, he's not a good manager. Tactically, he's inept, and let's not forget where we were, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer left, we didn't even win trophies. At least at Ten Hag, as bad as we are, we won trophies, and even when it was put on a plate for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he didn't win a trophy, and I would say that. We did lose 6-1 to Tottenham. We lost 4-0 to Watford and 4-1 to Everton and things like that. Things were very bad under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They were no worse or no better than they are now. The only difference is that we actually win trophies now. And you know what? I do believe that Erik ten Hag will be a success at Manchester United. I do believe that, Kato, in my opinion. And I believe that given time, given a couple of more games. Look, Kato, if he goes against, obviously, Fenerbahce and he goes against West Ham and we lose both games, and then obviously his position is going to be precarious. He's not going to survive, is he? So I would say that, you know what, just keep the faith. And you know what, if we win the next couple of games, and then everything's going to be rosy in the garden, isn't it? And you know what, we have to support the football team. The most important thing that I would say to everyone, whether you're Erik ten Hag, in or out, I would say just support your football team and let's go from there, guys. Grayo, 45 minutes, still only 8 likes, so please hit the like button, subscribe buttons, guys. So let's sell to 500 subscribers. Thank you so much, Grayo. I literally 500 and something from 5,000 subscribers, guys. It's amazing achievement for me, considering I've only been doing live content for like 2 months. And at the end of the day, you know what, I'm very pleased where this channel is going, and I love this community. Of course, people have dropped out of this community. Of course, people can't take the heat in the kitchen. Some of them, they left, because you know what, they can't take the opinion of people, and stuff like that. And you know what, they left. And you know what, and that is them. I hope they're well, and I wish them all the best. But you guys who stay there with me, some of you guys have been here since the beginning. I'm talking about July and August. I've been here from the beginning, and you know what? I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are absolute legends. Do not forget that. Thank you so much, you guys, and especially Grayo. Grayo is a legend, guys. He's always here, despite what's going on in his life. He finds time to come here, and he finds time to show love to the channel. Absolutely, absolute legend of the channel. Absolutely. We played so bad, my eyes started to bleed in the second half. It happens sometimes, Mission Advance, and this is football at the end of the day, you have played good football over the last year or so. You played good football under Arteta, so you have to trust the process. I know I hate saying trust the process, but you have to trust the process. You have to, give it a chance. You're not going to win every single game at a counter. You're not going to become invincible again. Times are different now. Times are different. You're going to lose some football games. Manchester City will lose some football games, of course, guys. So you know what? The Liverpool game for you is a very, very good chance for you to bounce back. And it is going to be difficult, as you do have Odegaard, Saliba and Saka out, but you do have replacements in your squad, and obviously the crowd at the Emirates does play a part. The crowd at the Emirates is quite loud, so they can make a difference as well. So you know what, just believe. Don't get too obviously pessimistic about what Arsenal's future is, because they're in a good place at the moment. And I would say that as a Man United fan, you're in a good place, and just keep doing what you're doing and the results will come, my friend. Kato Lamav, I was just taking the piss out of what shit football. I know. Big up, Kato. Look, listen, I can't read sarcasm through the screen. I can't read sarcasm through the screen, but thank you so much, Kato, for contributing. Absolutely. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, though, Kato, if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining me, you legend. Absolutely. Thank you, mate. Mission Advance, even though I am an Arsenal fan, I respect your club, United, because your guys have pushed us even more to play over to compete with you guys. Mate, in regards to Manchester United and Arsenal, let me tell you a little story. Without Manchester United and Arsenal, the Premier League wouldn't be what it is right now. The rivalry between Manchester United and Arsenal, in particular in the late 90s, is what typified the Premier League. It's what put the Premier League on the map. And the turn of this century, the early 2000s, of course, the great invincible team against the treble-winning team of Manchester United, of course, guys. So at the end of the day, we had great rivals with Man United and Arsenal. And you know what? We earned our success. We didn't buy our success. We earned our success. We earned our money. And you know what? Those teams like Chelsea and those teams like Manchester City, they're in the mud because they bought their success and they'll be nowhere near where we are. All these teams right now are feeding off Manchester United and Arsenal success, what we had in the 90s and the early turn of this century. And I've got respect for Arsenal, and I've always had respect for them. Some of the fans are a bit nutty, of course, but most fans are, of course. But big up Mission Advance. I like your opinions, very balanced. And you know what? It's realistic as well. And you know what? You don't come on here and start abusing Manchester United, which you can, which is great, of course. Big up Mission Advance. Yeah, I'm trusting the process, but it's so long. I don't know, man. I don't see the mentality to win and come. Yes, we are trying our best. One thing I would say, Mission Advance, and I will say it in regards to my advice to Arsenal, is that Arsenal need to get a proper goal scorer, a striker in your team. You have to get someone who's a 30, 40 goal a season, 20, 30, 40 goal a season striker, obviously. And I think if you get that guy in there, I think that you do very well. We're Man United are after a player called Sesko. I think if Arsenal got Sesko, it would be a big signing for them. I'm a big fan of Sesko, and I think if Arsenal get a goal scorer, you will see a big difference. You see a big difference. Remember the game against Bournemouth? The game against Bournemouth, I think it was Martinelli who missed that chance. If that chance goes in, the game would have been a different story. And that is what fine margins are. Fine margins of football are rife, of course. You have to take the opportunities when they're presented to you, especially when you're down to 10 men. You have to take those opportunities. And you know what? I felt like he hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Maybe if he just chipped it over him or just hit it into the side, he would have got the goal and it would have been a different game. But as we know, it is only one game, mission advance. It is only one game. You win against Liverpool, you know what? The feelings are going to be different. They're going to be completely different, of course. Sanjay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is fine with you, my friend. Big up. Big up. A great mission advance. Respect. Absolutely. Respect. Liverpool, Arsenal, United are the real big clubs of England. Yes, they are. They are. Absolutely. No contest. Mission advance. Absolutely. We built that. If Man United, Liverpool, and Arsenal walked out of the Premier League right now, right, there would be no more Premier League. There will be no more Premier League. You forget your Man Cities, you can forget your Chelseas, right? There will be no more Premier League. If Man United, Arsenal, and Liverpool walked out of the league right now, because they are what contribute to most of the income in the Premier League. It is those teams. And you know what? As much as Manchester City want to deny it, as much as they want to fabricate their earnings and they want to fabricate their fan base, you know what? They're nowhere near those clubs. Nowhere near, and they never will be. Not in the next 20 years, of course, guys. United TV, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. I think we'll win tomorrow night. I agree, United TV. I firmly agree. I think we're going to win. My prediction is 2-1 to United. I think we'll go 2-0. They'll get a goal late on, and we have to struggle for the next few minutes. Of course, it's never easy with Man United. They do our blood pressure. They do our anxiety. Of course, I don't think it's ever going to be easy for Man United. It's not like the old days, of course, guys, where we, used to win games at a counter, guys. But you know what? I do think we're going to win the game. I do believe it, United TV. What's your score going to be? Jesus hasn't scored since January. Havertz is a more deep line. Sesko would be class at Arsenal. He would be Hasaifa. I said that at the end of the day. If they scored Sesko, I want Sesko at Man United. Of course, we have Rasmus Højlund. He's still up and coming. We don't want to hamper the development of Rasmus Højlund, of course. But I do like Sesko. I really do like Sesko, guys. We are cutting Gorkieres next season, 120 million deal. You guys should try and get Sesko because counter-attack matches his football style. At the moment, Mission Advance, we're trying to stay away from the counter-attacking football of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did play counter-attacking football, and I think the problems that Man United are having now is that we're trying to play controlling a game, like trying to control the football match rather than playing counter-attacking football. Counter-attacking football is very easy to implement if you want if you don't want to challenge for the league title. It wins some games, but a lot of games it doesn't win, because at the end of the day, you can win against Arsenal, you can win against Liverpool, you can even win against Manchester City. It's not going to win you a title. The problem is when you play the likes of Southampton and Everton and stuff, who are going to play the low block, then you can't play counter-attacking football. You're going to have to play controlling football. And with controlling football, you have to have technical ability. You have to have the ability to spread the ball across the pitch. You have to have the ability to pin balls through the eye of a needle, of course. And that is what we're trying to do. And this is the problem that we're having. It does take time, these things. It takes time, guys. And you know what? This is where the patience comes in, because we are trying to change a whole culture at our football club, of course. The whole culture needs to change. And that's what we're trying to do. Sanjay, I do think Chelsea are a big club, especially given the European trophies. Yes, Sanjay, they are a big club. They are a big club. I'm not going to say that they're not a big club, but I would say that they didn't earn it in a way in regards to when Abramovich first took charge of the club. They spent a whole load of money that was given to them, so they wouldn't have been the team that they are now. Fair dues to them. They are consistent in regards to winning trophies. And that is the hardest thing. They have been consistent in winning trophies. Abramovich was a big person for them, though. He was a big character for them. Abramovich is a fantastic owner of a football club. One of the best, in my opinion, highly underrated. And I do think they are feeling the effects of Abramovich, although they are starting to improve. As we said in these streams before, Chelsea have to play good teams, and then we have to judge them when they play the good teams. So far, they've lost to Manchester City and they've lost to Liverpool. So at the end of the day, you know what? They're losing to those type of teams. So, I mean, bigging them up too much is premature. Are they a good team? Yes, they are. Have they been an elite team over the last 10, 20 years? Yes, they have. They have. They've won the trophies. They won the Champions League twice. Of course, they won the UEFA Cup, Europa League, of course, Super Cup. So you have to give them their flowers, of course. Mission Advance, Jesus is the same player who used to cry because he is not getting minutes. And my man, when he gets minutes, he performs. I've never quite rated Jesus, if I'm being honest with you, mate. I would have preferred Moses. Only joking. Absolutely, absolutely. On Mohammed Salah. I'm joking, guys. At the end of the day, what I would say is that I've never quite rated him as highly as people rate him. I think he's not a player who could score 20, 30 goals a season. I think he's a poacher, but I think Arsenal could do a lot better than Jesus. They could do a lot better than him. I was thinking 2-1 United. I was thinking that as well, mate. Thank you so much, United TV. You think like me. Great minds think alike. Big up United TV. Big up respect, of course. Absolutely. Turkish teams are struggling a bit in Europe. Their best players don't get into many Premier League teams. Also, we need to win now 3 games. Yes, they got Edin Dzeko and Tosic, of course, who played in the Premier League. Of course, Amrabat and Fred, who played in the Premier League as well. They've got a number of players there that have played in the Premier League. The one thing I would say is that these type of players we have to be wary of because they're going to raise their game. They know about Man United, and their main aim is to raise the game. They want to raise the game against us. And you know what? With the extra spice of Jose Mourinho, Fred, Amrabat, of course, it's going to be a very, very interesting game. I'm excited for the game, if I'm being honest with you. I'm excited to see Man United playing tomorrow. I do believe that we can win the game. I believe if it happens, you know what? Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Because we need to win it. We draw on the first 2, so we need to win the game, of course, guys. United, big up United TV, of course. Big up Grayo, legend, of course. Chelsea were at least top 4 team before the Abramovich age. 5th or 6th, I would say. United TV, 5th or 6th. They were like that. They were never really going to challenge for the league. They were at the cup. They were a cup team. I mean, I remember when they won the Cup Winners' Cup in Europe. I remember when they win the FA Cup. They won the FA Cup a couple of times. Of course, they've always had great players. Obviously, Roberto Di Matteo, Gianluca Vialli, Gianfranco Zola. Of course, they've always had great players. John Spencer, Gavin Peacock, Michael Dewberry, Dimitri Karim, whoever you want to bring in. They've always had great players, guys. But you know what? I don't think they were quite the Premier League team. It was to be said, let's just be honest though, during the 1998-99 season when we won the treble, Chelsea were there or thereabouts. They were starting to get there. I mean, I remember Tory Andrew Flo was a good player back then, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and stuff like that. They had some good players there, and they were trying to catch us. Obviously, they drifted off as the league went on, as Man United and Arsenal got more and more away in the league in 98-99. But Chelsea were there for a period of time, as were Aston Villa, so that they were starting to get there or thereabouts. But the power of Man United back then, the power of Arsenal, I think was just too strong. Even Leeds United back then were getting strong. They were getting stronger and stronger. Sanjay, only United and Liverpool are the elite clubs in England. I think Chelsea can argue that now, being 2 times European champions. I think they can argue that, if I'm being totally honest with you. The elite obviously are Liverpool and Man United in the Premier League. If we're gonna for argument's sake say 2 teams, it's Liverpool and Man United are the elite teams in the Premier League, guys, at the moment. That could change, though. Fan base-wise, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, massive drop-off after that. Interest based on its recent success. Absolutely. There's a lot of recency bias in regards to Chelsea, in regards to Manchester City, etc. You know what? Manchester United, Liverpool, and Arsenal are what made the English football. English football was built on them. The foundations of what we built over the years. Let's not forget the contributions that Manchester United have given to English football. Manchester United were the first team to believe in European competition, first English team to believe in European competition. Manchester United were the first English team to win a European Cup, of course. So we are pioneers of English football, of course. And when English football went down into the mud, when we were banned for 8 years because of Liverpool, Manchester United brought the English football back to where it was. English football became a country full of hooliganism and trouble in the stands, becoming, a Premier League full of talent and foreign talent. And an exciting league and a talented league. And Manchester United are to thank for that. Manchester United are the ones who built the Premier League into what it is. This is why I don't get the media agenda against Man United, because Man United were the ones who actually built the Premier League to what it is. So I don't really get the anger in regards to Man United. I don't really get the bias and the hatred for us, to be honest with you. Because without Manchester United, English football would be in the mud at the end of the day. Manchester United sacrificed ourselves in 1958 to fly back from, obviously, our European game to get back to England to play that game. Otherwise, we would have been docked points thanks to the FA. And it was the FA's fault that Manchester United, of course, had that terrible disaster, of course, guys. And at the end of the day, there should be a day in the Premier League right now. There should be a day in the Premier League where everyone thanks Man United. thanks them, because at the end of the day, they wouldn't be in Europe, in the European competition if it weren't for us. The likes of Villa, the likes of Man City, the likes of Arsenal. You know what? They should be thanking Man United for being a stepping stone, not a stepping stone, so to speak, but being the pioneers of European football in England. Rasta Stocks, it's only overdue for us to win a major European trophy. It is overdue. It is overdue. Man United should be winning more European trophies, Rasta. Absolutely. We need to be winning and challenging for the Premier League title. You know what? After this season, we need to start thinking of challenging for that Premier League title. It's been too long, guys. It's been absolutely too long. I wouldn't have envisioned Man United going without a title in 11 years so far. I wouldn't even have envisioned, let alone not even challenging for a title. Yes, we came second a couple of times, but we didn't really challenge for the title. We were way off it. We were way off it, but we came second. We haven't really had a proper title race in a long time. I would be happy if we have a proper title race. That would be good. That would be refreshing, because it has been too long. It has been too long, of course. United, big game for Ten Hag versus an ex-United player. He won't want to lose that one. Absolutely, big game. Big game for Ten Hag, absolutely. And big game for Jose Mourinho as well. Jose Mourinho has been talking in the media. I did say earlier, if you didn't read his quotes, it's absolutely hilarious. I'm going to read it out again. Jose Mourinho said, at his time at Manchester United, as you know, we won the Europa League and we finished second in the Premier League. I think we still have a chance to win that league, because if they punish Man City with the points, maybe we win the league because we became second, of course, and then they have to pay me the bonus and give me the medal. There you go. He's laid down the law. Jose Mourinho, of course, he has laid down the law for everyone to see, of course, guys. Absolutely. United, decent cup team, late 90s. Yeah, decent cup team. Probably would have been challenging for the league these days. I mean, they did have a very talented side, of course, guys. Very good team. I mean, always promised much, but never delivered. Absolutely. So check out the WhatsApp group. Erik ten Hag revealed a squad for tomorrow match. Let everyone know. Kazi just posted. Let me have a look, guys. Let me have a look. I'm having a look now, guys. Big up Kazi, by the way. Legend, of course, one of the moderators of the channel. Big up. Okay, so let's have a look at this traveling squad to play against Fenerbahce tomorrow. Okay, we got the goalkeepers. We got Ayta Bendir. Of course, he's going back to Turkey. Bendir. It's good for him. He's going to go back to Turkey. Fenerbahce. Tom Heaton and Andre Onana is the goalkeepers for tomorrow. Obviously, that's pretty straightforward. In regards to defenders, Harry Amas. Harry Amas is in the squad, guys. Harry Amas. We told you, guys. We told you Harry Amas is the future, guys. Diogo Dalot, Matthias de Ligt, Victor Lindelof, Lissandro Martinez, Nusa Mazario, and Habib Agouneye. Habib Agouneye is in the squad, guys. Habib Agouneye is in the squad. Well played to Habib. Big up Habib in the house. Big up Habib. Absolutely. Casemiro, Ericsson, and Ugarte in the midfield. Very light midfield. Absolutely. Very, very light. Ahmad as the forward alongside Anthony, Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, Marcus Rashford, Ethan Wheatley, and Joshua Zirkzee. You know what I'm really happy about? I look at that squad, right? I do look at that squad, and what it shows me is youth courage success. The youth team, Amas, Oguneye, Wheatley, in our squad, in our first team squad. Man United will never be stopped in regards to bringing through youngster after youngster. We've had youngsters over the last 50 years, every single season coming through our youth ranks, the conveyor belt. But this one is extra exciting because we've got a lot of exciting young players coming through the conveyor belt of Manchester United youngsters coming through. We've got a talented bunch coming through. And I'm glad that they're starting to get the experience, even if they don't play tomorrow, which they probably won't play, but they'll have that experience of the atmosphere in Turkey. And that will only do good for them, because that atmosphere is going to be incredible. And they wouldn't have witnessed anything like it. Of course, there's going to be the red flares everywhere. There's going to be fireworks everywhere. There's going to be noise everywhere. And that's how they do it in Turkey. And it would be only good for those young players to witness it. And I think it's very good from Erik ten Hag, that. See, you guys, got to go back. Take care, Sanjay. Thank you so much for joining me. Sanjay, you're a legend. Take it easy, Sanjay. Absolutely. Take it easy. Absolutely. Big up Sal and fellow Chatterboxers. Show your channel support. Hit the like early button. Guys, don't forget last show, the Devil's Digest, of course. They're called the Digestives. The Digestives are the Devil's Digest. Devil's Digest was obviously the show before this with Mark N, of course. Don't forget to check it out on YouTube, guys. It was a great show. And become a digestive. You can become a digestive as well, guys, by checking that out, guys, of course, guys. This show is all about the soggy biscuit. So I know I talk a lot about biscuits. I like biscuits at the end of the day. So I rename everything after biscuits, every single thing. Absolutely. I'm thinking of, naming another show, custard creams. The custard cream of the week. Absolutely. We need to do something like that, don't we? I need to get some graphics up on this. Absolutely. Bye, Sanjay. Big up, Sanj. United, hi, Stephanie. Big up, Steph. 11 likes, 43 watching. Come on, guys. Let's get the 11 likes up. Let's get to a relative 15. I'm not asking for too much. 15 likes, guys. The legend's definitely in the house. Absolutely. The moderator, the ex-footballer, of course. Big up United TV. Rich, absolutely. Big up, of course. Gray, hello, I hope you're well. Big up everyone. Who's the only person who's missing? Who's missing in this stream, guys? Answers on a postcode. Who's missing in the stream? Let me know. Who should be here right now? Who should be talking to the Stretford Post right now? Let me know on the postcard, guys. Let me know. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks. Absolutely brilliant. Gray, absolutely. Mourinho still loves United and he wants us to be so. Yes, he does. We showed Mourinho a lot of respect, and Mourinho spoke a lot of sense in regards to Manchester United. And I feel like he was obviously hounded out of the club because obviously he's outspoken nature. But you know what? Just like Ragnick, he deserved to be listened to because the problems that he was speaking about were absolutely spot on. And I felt like we prematurely got him out. Although the club did become toxic, players were talking out again against him. But Jose Mourinho, his technique is like this. The difference between Jose Mourinho and Alex Ferguson is this, right? Jose Mourinho is very, very good at pulling on your heartstrings, basically. He will he will make every single player feel like $1 million. That's what he would do. The problem is he will do that to everyone. He will do that to every single player. And when he does that to every single player, it sort of becomes obvious that he's just doing it for show. And it's just for show. In regards to Alex Ferguson done it naturally. He done it naturally. So this is why after a couple of years, Jose Mourinho used to fall out with players. He used to fall out with the team, the owners, whatever, because he's acting. And when he comes, he's a great actor. Jose Mourinho is the actor of football. He's the actor of football. And the way he is, his charisma, etc. People like that. People fall for that. They like that charisma. Although that charisma is starting to wear out, it's wearing thin, in my opinion. You know what? He's still a good manager. I don't think it's the same manager as he was. I think he's been found out a little bit in regards to a lot of things. But you know what? Still a legend of the game, of course. And I feel like we did get rid of him too soon. Guys, let's get to 15 likes. We're on 13 at the moment. Let's get to 15 likes. Let's get there, peeps. Let's get there. Why do we always have two goalkeepers on the bench? Do all teams do this? We have two goals. Yes, they do, mate. They do. There has been times in the past where two goalkeepers got injured. So basically, they have two. They have three altogether, even in international football. I know you can risk it. You can risk it. But the problem is that when you're a goalkeeper, one goalkeeper has to train the first team goalkeeper. So basically, before the game is starting, they do training drills. Yeah, they do training drills. So basically, one goalkeeper will be doing the kicks, one goalkeeper will be crossing, etc. So basically, what happened if one of those goalkeepers got injured or two of those goalkeepers got injured in training, then you're left with one goalkeeper. I know it's far-fetched. I know that it probably won't happen. But you know what? It's very risky to have one or two goalkeepers because you know what? If a goalkeeper gets injured in training and then your goalkeeper gets injured during the match, you're left with a player. You're left with one player. You can risk it. But you know what? It is too much of a risk. If I'm being honest, too much of a risk. Steffi, Ginger Nuts, Scholesy. Absolutely. We miss Scholesy. We do miss Scholesy. Absolutely. Don't forget, guys, I did pick my greatest 11 a few days ago of the last 30 years. So don't forget to check that out on the stream, guys. Check it out and have your opinion on it. Absolutely. Amir Seko Kone and our own Pogba from start and interview. But I think he's more of a defensive player than Pogba. I think he's going to be a brilliant player and he'll be a lot more consistent, I hope, than Pogba. Pogba's a great player, but was never consistent for Manchester United. And twice he wasn't consistent for Manchester United. Of course, you know what? The one thing about Paul Pogba is just, obviously, I would say his lifestyle. It's his lifestyle, party and stuff like that, enjoying life. You know what? I think him and Jose Mourinho went head to head, didn't they? They went head to head, and it was so toxic at one time. It's so toxic. You saw the videos of them two in training, of course, guys. It was awful. It was awful. Jim Watkins, absolutely. Jim Watkins, yeah. Jim has fell off. Stephanie, Jim has fell off. Jim has to take the heat. He has to take the heat, unfortunately. At the end of the day, look, you know what? When I speak, I don't speak from naivety. I speak on certain things, guys, absolutely. And you know what? You have to take opinions. You have to take differences of opinion. And especially if you're wrong in life, you're wrong in life. I'm wrong. A lot of times I'm wrong. But if you don't like what I say, you know, and you carry on saying, I disagree. And when I have the facts, you know, it becomes a little bit irritating. So, you know what, he has been a little bit sensitive in this stream, if I'm being honest with you, Steph. Very sensitive. He's too sensitive. He needs to lighten up a little bit, you know. I'm not going to say, like, at the end of the day, what I said was right. You know what I mean? I just said something. I've been myself at the end of the day. I am quite harsh sometimes, but that's my nature. I was brought up like that in East London. That is my nature. And you know what? If people can't take it, you know, I can't do nothing about that at the end of the day. And I wish him the best of luck. Absolutely. Scrayo, Jim, Kazi, Elite Baller is the legend, of course, guys. Elite Baller is the real legend. He'll be here for the watch along, guys, as usual. Elite Baller will be joining me for the watch along. Hopefully tomorrow he'll be here, of course. Absolutely. Kazi's here. Kazi's always here. Kazi's he's in the mix. Absolutely, Kazi. Big up, Kazi. Stephanie, thanks, Sal, for clarifying goalkeeper situation. Always baffled me. Time you don't have an extra goalkeeper substitute when it's the popular. It's too risky. One goalkeeper takes corners, like crosses during the training. When I used to be a season ticket at Man United, I sat front row at the Stretford end, right behind the goal, right on the side behind the goal. I used to see the drills they used to do. So one goalkeeper would be crossing, another goalkeeper would be kicking and stuff as well, you know. So if one of those goalkeepers got injured, you're left with two goalkeepers, you know. I know it's a long shot. 3 goalkeepers getting injured would be absolutely devastating. You know what? It'd be unprecedented. But you know what? The risks, innit? The risks, especially in big games, you know. Kazi the legend, absolutely. Big up Jim Watkins. Kazi, post your link in the stream earlier, mate. Jim Watkins needs to get bigger, big up as in a mentality, big, you know, absolutely, and take it. When you can't take it, mate, this is Chatterbox, you know, this is what it's all about. You know what? I never sugarcoated anything, ever. Absolutely. Post your link to the stream earlier, mate. Thanks for the link. Thank you, Gray. I saw it. Big up yourself. Big up. Absolutely. Kazi, hi, buddy. Big up, Stephanie. 14 likes. Let's get one more to 15, guys. Absolutely. Let's get up to 15. Absolutely. Our WhatsApp group. Yes, let's get the WhatsApp group guys in. Let's get some more people in the WhatsApp group. Anyone want to join the WhatsApp group? You're more than welcome to join the WhatsApp group, guys. Absolutely. Grayo, which is the link, mate? Grayo will send you the link. Absolutely. Grayo will send you the link. Which link, mate? I'm not too sure. I think he's talking about the link to the stream, mate. I think he's talking about the link to the stream, if we're being honest. Grayo, yeah, absolutely. Eric Ten Hag, squad, Kazi, absolutely. Big up everyone, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up everyone. It's been a fantastic show again, as usual, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, it's a big day tomorrow. It is game day. I'll be here live for Breaking Dawn, of course, guys. Then I'll be for the countdown to kick off for Chatterbox at 2 p.m. UK time, guys. So don't forget to join me for that. Don't forget to join me tomorrow morning, as usual, guys. The channel's growing tenfold. The channel's growing. I'm literally 500 away from 5,000 subscribers, guys. I'm growing every single day. People will drop off. They'll drop off. You know, I can't do anything about that. Absolutely. I can't do anything about that. Absolutely. We turn them into a doner kebab. Let me tell you a story, guys, about the doner kebab before I leave, right? Last time I was in Turkey, I bought a doner kebab, and it cost me 2 doners and 2 fries. It cost me £60 £80 in English money. £80 in English money. If you ever go to Istanbul airport, guys, make sure you don't buy any food, because it's absolutely ridiculous on the price. Don't be fooled by the Turkish lira, of course, guys. It is indeed misleading. So the airport is very, very known for being extremely expensive. If you buy a McDonald's, you're about to spend £30-40, guys. So be wary of that. If you do go, Man United are in Turkey tomorrow. So whoever's going to Turkey tomorrow, Istanbul, remember that. Mu is a true United. Absolutely, Amir. He is. Absolutely. Kazi, Bubbles the monkey. Absolutely. Big up Bubbles the monkey. Big up Bubbles the monkey. Who is Bubbles the monkey? Is it that Michael Jackson monkey? Bubbles the monkey. And what has Bubbles the monkey got to do with this stream, Kazi? I have no idea what you're talking about, my friend. Absolutely. Bubbles the monkey. Kazi, you know what? I need a degree to understand what you're talking about, mate. Absolutely. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're having a bubble, as they say. You're having a bubble. Grayo, if anyone wants to join the WhatsApp group, then send them to me the text with your name and I'll add you. Big up, Grayo. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, let's build up the WhatsApp group, guys. Let's build up the WhatsApp group. We need to get the WhatsApp group and spread it around, guys, to everyone you can so we can build up this community to what we want it to be, guys, of course, together. Grayo, one of the originators. Stephanie's been here since day one, of course, guys. And all you guys, Kazi, of course, everyone. People will drop off. Don't cry about it. Don't cry for me, Argentina, as they say. That is life. People will win. People will lose. Some will drop off. Some will carry on. But one thing's for certain. Those who drop off of this channel now, you're going to regret it, my friends. I got some amazing content coming from you guys. And I'm going to get you all involved in it as well. All of you. It's going to be incredible. Ex-pros, everything is coming to this channel, guys. So watch out. Watch out. Absolutely. Big up, absolutely. Big up, absolutely, guys. On that note, I'm going to say sayonara. Have a lovely evening, guys. And don't forget, tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Really important you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a fabulous show. Don't forget to smash a like on the way out as well. Much love to you all. Take it easy, guys. I shall see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Don't forget to join me for it on match day. The countdown begins. Take it easy. Peace.